Welcome. Thank you for joining me today. Today's sequence is going to have a little bit of everything in it. We're going to have a little bit of core strength, a little bit of Kundalini, and then some gentle Hatha yoga. So to start, we will start just seated. Make sure you have two blocks too for later on in the practice. We'll start seated, and we're going to start with seated cat and cows. To begin, close your eyes. Bring your hands onto your knees, your thighs, and we'll take a few long breaths in all the way down to the tailbone. And a super long, dragged out exhale, giving ourselves a little bit of time just to land in the time and space together. You can probably keep your eyes closed here. You might want to loosen up the legs a bit. Inhale, lean forward into a bit of like a cow shape. Lift the heart, the chin, and then exhale, round the spine, back chin to chest. So you can go as slow or as fast as you want. Breathing in and out through nose. To make it a little bit more Kundalini, you move quicker. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Or you can do like a gentle yoga version where you're very slow and methodical. Seated cat-cow. Let's do a couple more. Inhale, come to center, hold the breath. Keep holding. And exhale. All right, if your legs are crisscross, let's just switch the crisscross. We're moving to stir the pot, and the little movement of cat-cow is kind of included in this. You're going to inhale around the front, exhale around the back, inhale almost like cow, exhale almost like cat. Right, and again, you can go quicker, slower, find your pace. I'm really just rolling around on your two sit bones. They're like two golf balls. You may begin to notice a little opening in the hips. And if you're doing this first thing in the morning like I am, you're going to notice things might be stiff. One more circle around. And everyone, let's inhale, come to center and hold the breath. And exhale it out. We'll do that again, reversing directions. Stir the pot in a good way. Stir your own pot. How about that? We'll stir our own pot. And don't worry about what you look like if it's not this perfect circle. I don't feel like mine is this morning. It's all good stuff. Especially when we match movement with the breath. Then we're going to take a big inhale together, come to center and hold, retain the breath. Exhale it all out. If the eyes aren't open, let's flutter them open and make your way into tabletop. We'll go right into some lovely core. We call this dolphin plank. You won't ever forget it. So hands and knees. We're going to come down onto our forearms. You've got a couple options. You can interlace the fingers and you've got like a little triangle shape. Or the more challenging one is spread the fingers, let the thumb tips touch. You've got railroad tracks here with your forearms. Bring the knees in a little closer to one another. Inhale, curl toes under. Exhale, straighten the legs. So here's what we do. Inhale, press everything back. Exhale, lower down to forearm plank. See the top of your mat. Let's do 4 more. Breath in, breath out. 3, 2, and 1. Let's hold forearm plank. See the top edge of your mat. 3 breaths. And knees to the earth. Good job. Body to the earth. Slide your left knee up and you can come up a little higher, like a frog leg. Slide it right on up there. And then we are going to thread our left arm underneath our right arm. Come down onto your left shoulder. Right, I like to stack my right fist for my left temple. And then we will breathe here, a few breaths here in this belly down twist. One more breath. You can plant your right hand. Let's unwind. You're going to keep your left leg as it is, and you're just going to wiggle over here towards the left side. And now we're going to thread the right arm underneath the left. Come onto the right shoulder. Inhale, left fingertips to the sky. Your knee's going to kind of drag and fall along behind you. And then we can stack both knees, and we can come into sort of a stacked knee twist. You can have your arms stretched out from the body. You can add in this a little more challenging, but cactus arms. And at the elbows are goalpost arms. And for me, the back arm is floating off the earth. So gravity takes over. Last breath. Beautiful. Roll onto your right side and then roll all the way back to the belly. You're kind of on this left side of the mat, which is perfect. We're going to slide the right knee up and you can bring it up as high as you want. And then we'll thread the right arm underneath the left, coming onto right shoulder and the right side of the head. Finding your long inhale, your long exhale, your inhale, pause, long exhale. Beautiful. All right, planting that left hand. So helping yourself to unwind and then just wiggling over towards the right. Keep your right knee lifted up in this frog leg position, and we'll thread the left underneath the right. We're going to inhale, right fingertips to the sky. Here's where you can start to stack your knees and open up into like a knee down reclined twist. Arms nice and wide, or you can adopt the cactus arms, just a little more challenging. You can probably see my back arm is quite a distance off the earth. I'm just going to let gravity take over. All right, let's do about 3 more breaths. Relax on that exhale. Maybe you want to sigh out through the mouth. Beautiful. Now, rolling onto the left side of the body, let's roll all the way over to belly, and you can make your way to tabletop. We're going to enjoy 5 more rounds of dolphin plank. So coming down onto forearms, you choose your hand position. All right, bringing the knees in a little closer. Inhale, curl the toes under. Exhale, straighten your legs. Taking a nice big breath in, send your energy back, shift back, and then exhale, lower into forearm plank. 5, 4, 3, 2. That good old last one, we're going to hold 3 breaths. Knees to the earth, tabletop. Beautiful job. So let's come high onto knees. You can find your blocks now. And I think we will step the left foot forward. Bring the blocks inside the front ankle, and then sink into the lunge. Good, and we'll keep the heart lifted, the collarbones and the chin, the nose, and the gaze, but then you can close the eyes. And we'll just sink in to the front of the right leg. Find that inhale, pause, long exhale. So using blocks is nice for the wrists. If you have any wrist stuff going on, you actually get to hold something so we don't have all this weight jamming down into the wrists. Good. Next breath in. Shift your weight back. And you can walk so your blocks, your hands back, and then we'll bring knee to knee. And we're just going to switch over to the other side. So blocks can go over towards this left side of the mat. We'll step the right foot forward, and we'll come into our low lunge on this side. All right, take your time to ease into it. Really sink into the front of that left leg. Good old hip flexor. Inhale, pause, long exhale. Another option too, if you have wrist stuff, you can have the blocks on their highest height and you can come down forearms onto the blocks. So then there's absolutely 0 weight in the hands or wrists. Blocks are my absolute favorite prop. You gotta have 2 blocks. Let's do about 2 more breaths. Nice. And then we'll come up onto our blocks if we came down, and we'll walk the blocks back a little bit, shifting weight over the back knee. Inhale, curl the back toe under and lift the back knee off the mat, and then turn to face the long side of your mat. So you're wide-legged forward fold. And you can use your blocks here or not. I'm going to. We're going to do our lateral lunges. So you can move all your weight over into the left hip, and then you can travel all the way over to the right hip. And then you are going to play. You're going to go back and forth. Maybe you pause. Maybe you focus more on like inside leg line. Maybe you come high on the heel, kind of rolls that around maybe a little towards the back of the leg. Lateral lunges. And we can go slow. There is no race. Because our next shape is dolphin plank again. So we might as well sort of just enjoy this little lateral lunge move. All right, the next time you are to your right hip, you're gonna stay there. You're gonna turn to face the short edge of your mat. You'll probably end up in like a runner's lunge shape. Back knee to the earth. Right knee meets left knee. Here we are in tabletop. Set yourself up for, yes, dolphin plank. 5 more rounds. Inhale, toes curl under. Exhale, straighten the legs. Inhale, shift everything back. Exhale, forearm plank. 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, we hold 3 breaths. And knees to the earth. Good job. Tabletop. Nice. Let's come through to seated. Coming into a nice variation of seated pigeon for our hips. So you can bring your hands behind you, and maybe you come onto fists. I like to do that. Let's cross the left ankle on top of the right thigh. We'll sit up nice and tall, moving that left shin towards our heart. And then we can start to walk in this right foot till we find a good spot to stay and breathe. About, let's say, like a 40% to 50% flex on the left foot. Just so you know, you're not doing anything funny to your ankle. The knee's protected, and the whole focus is on the left hip area. Inhale, pause, long exhale. As soon as the sensation is eased, if you want to try to come in a little bit deeper, bring that right heel in a little closer, sit up a little bit taller, squeeze a little closer to the shin. You can do that. And then we'll take a breath in, sigh it out. Good. Slide that right foot forward all the way so we straighten the right leg, and we'll take the left foot and we'll move it to the inner thigh, right side. We'll take a breath in and sit up tall, 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 and then exhale, fold over our straight right leg. Lots of cool options here. You can grab those blocks again for your forearms on either side of your right leg. We're aiming heart towards our knee. Inhale, pause, long exhale. And if you're getting closer towards that leg, you can always bring your one block on its highest height. I'm kind of on my shin below my kneecap, and I'm going to try to relax my forehead onto this block. Elbows underneath the shoulders. And one more cycle of breath. And bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Inhale to straighten the arms. And we come back on up to seated. And let's do that on the other side. So you extend both legs. Maybe you bring your blocks behind you and you have your hands on your blocks. I'm going to try it this round and see. So bend both knees. This side, we're going to do right ankle, left thigh. Okay, blocks are a little high. So let's try it. And I always come onto my fist. And then find your way into our seated pigeon, a nice version that feels really juicy for your right hip. Flex your right foot about 50%, just so we're mindful about ankle and knee. Close your eyes down because we can draw our awareness inward better. Inhale, pause, exhale. And can you squeeze in a little deeper version? And then a breath in together. Sigh. Begin to slide your left leg long, sitting up and assisting yourself. Bring the right foot into the left inner thigh. Sit up tall. Big breath in and then long breath. Melt yourself forward. Remember, we're going to stay and we're just going to notice the little subtle changes that happen with being patient, staying still, and breathing. Heart towards knee. Blocks for any type of support you want. Completely let go. Let's do 3 more breaths here. And then inhale, slide your hands so they're underneath your shoulders to straighten your arms to curl back on up to seated. Beautiful job. Now come into a easy seat for you. Maybe like a crisscross meditative seat. We're going to shift into a little bit of a Kundalini move. You do it Kundalini or you do it like a gentle yoga. So we're going to bring the fingertips to the front of our shoulders and our thumbs behind the shoulders. We're like holding our shoulders. Elbows are high, right out from the shoulders. Kundalini would have you quickly inhaling to the left, exhaling right. You can do it any version you want. You can do a gentle inhale, exhale, yoga style, Hatha yoga style. So we can inhale left, exhale right. And then you can make it a little quicker or slower. Keep those elbows lifted, heart lifted, long spine. This is to move the energy along the spine, our central nervous system. Slow or fast is still amazing. One more. Come to center, arms can come down, but take a breath in and hold. Sigh it out. And just notice any little bits of energy moving. You feel funny, feel energized, do you feel dizzy? We're going to turn towards that short edge of your mat if you aren't already. And then you're going to find your blocks. You're bringing the soles of your feet together, your knees wide, and we're going to support ourselves. Blocks underneath the thighs. Make sure they sit in a place that feels okay. It's not cutting in or anything. And then we're going to make our way onto our back. We're just coming into a reclined butterfly with some support. Once you get down here, you might need to adjust your blocks a little more. Now we can bring our arms out at our sides, rolling the palms up, let the fingers gently curl. And settle into almost like a restorative version. Maybe we move into just a long inhale and melting into the long exhale and allowing yourself to be heavy, to sink into your floor. And one more breath in, sigh out. Good. Reaching down for the blocks, sliding them out and bringing the knees together, soles of the feet on the mat, walking them in nice and close. So just have one block in your hand. We're going to come into supported bridge. Let's do the first height and you'll see why. So lift up, slide the block in, right at like your tailbone. I want you to go lower than low back. So the hips and the tailbone. And then we'll stretch the legs long. Right, and you can keep the ankles in line with the hips, or you can make it a little bit wider. What we're doing here is everyone has that beautiful low back curve, and we're actually sort of forcing it to flatten out this way. So if you got any low back stuff, this might feel really intense, but I have to say it would probably be kind of good for you as long as you stay within your range. And that's why we're on the shortest height of the blocks. You can do this on the second height if you want, but for me, it's pretty intense. I have to be pretty warmed up to be on that height. The wider you bring your legs, the less intense. So with your eyes closed, draw your awareness down to that beautiful little curve you have in your low back. Explore, investigate, breathe into this space. And a breath in together. Sigh out. Slowly bend the left knee only. Bring the foot nice and close to the bum. And then just do a little lift up. Slide your prop out. Hips to the earth. Slide that left leg long. Here we are in our Savasana. Take up lots of space. Back of the neck is long. A few breaths in through nose, out through mouth. And let any new subtle shifts you've created just integrate into the body. And you can stay here as long as you like, or we can reach the arms overhead, give ourselves a long stretch, sweep the arms back down, draw one knee to chest, and both knees to chest. Do a little swing left, right. And then rolling off to one side. Let's come on up to a comfortable seat. Keep your eyes closed. And the arms are alongside body, fingertips on your mat. Inhale, gather up all that good stuff we just created. Palms touch. Slide that down the midline, bring it into your own heart. 3 things you're grateful for in this time and space right now. And a nice breath in through nose and out through mouth. Eyes flutter open, regain focus. Thank you for practicing with me today.